Hey everyone, this is a big day. We got the DanDan Secret Lair. One's for me, one is a giveaway. Keep watching to find out more. Hey everyone, I'm the Nerdy Attorney. Thanks for stopping by. If you like content like this, that's analytical about Magic, yet not relentlessly negative about it, while talking about markets, gameplay, and doing box openings, then hey, maybe subscribe. Also, if you have a lot of cardboard you want to sell in order to maybe pick up some of these sealed boxes or snag the serialized before they're gone, check out Card Conduit, one of the best ways to sell your cards on the internet. Use promo code NERDY for 10% off your fees at checkout. And then also check out Manapool, which is apparently the largest growing online sales database for Magic the Gathering cards, a sponsor of this channel, who now is also sponsoring Commander at Home, which is amazing. Thanks, Manapool. I appreciate it. Affiliate link below. Use that to purchase your cards after you get all that sweet cash from Card Conduit. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so this Secret Lair took the internet by storm. I couldn't believe it. It sold out so fast. I was lucky to get two of them. I'm going to open one of them today, and one of them is going to be a giveaway. Details about that in a second. But this is going for $230, $240, or more dollars for just one of these decks online. Their sale price was $99. So we're seeing more than double the price already, and a lot of them are being pieced out as singles. We're seeing fewer and fewer full decks listed, and now just singles. So I bought two because I never know if my family's able to get it. We have kind of a group chat where we get as many as we can and then share amongst ourselves whenever somebody misses it, and it's been a huge backstop for when things go wrong in that queue. But in my own community, there were people who couldn't get it, so this was my decision. I wanted to give away my extra DanDan. Yes, would selling it for more money help the channel? Of course, but what I would rather do is help support this little community we have growing here. So right now on Patreon, we have 47 total members. So if you join at any level, even the free level, just join the page, you can be entered to win this Secret Lair DanDan. I think we're gonna open up this one. This one has like a bit of a print error on the box. I'm sure it means nothing. It's just like a thicker line. So let's see if you can even see that in camera. Not really. You can just kind of see with the accent over the A, how it's a bit kind of spread out. So either way, I'm interested to see what's in this one. This one will go to somebody in the Patreon. We're gonna add this to a second drawing for a monthly Patreon giveaway. So at the end of the month, we're gonna be giving away a TMNT full play booster box. If you are in any of the paid memberships, even the $1 tier, we'll crack this live on stream for you, give you a permanent history of your hits, and you can have fun watching it get open with the entire community. And then we're gonna have a second giveaway as well for the DanDan Secret Lair. So just join the Patreon at any level to be entered into these giveaways. And as of right now, the odds are much better than any of my giveaways before, because those receive hundreds and hundreds of comments on YouTube with hundreds of people to compete against in order to win the giveaway. Right now, we have 47. So a 1 in 47 chance, if nobody enters from this video, is probably your best odds on the internet of getting a free DanDan Secret Lair. So let's set this aside. That's the giveaway. And now let's dive into the unboxing. Sorry to make you wait for that, just a lot of stuff to get out of the way. I thought it was cool. It was sad seeing how many people really wanted this deck, and it's the perfect thing for my channel. I love the collecting aspect of Magic, and I love the gameplay aspect of Magic. And me and my friends, we often struggle with finding a balanced two-player format that doesn't take as much time as it takes us to build our Commander decks in order to have tooled up and working in an even and fun way. We always buy the dual decks whenever they come out, and they're always found wanting. We can try and fix them to make them a little bit more exciting, but I think this is going to be the perfect go-to game for us to play whenever we want to sling some cardboard, yet we can't get the whole crew together. First and foremost, wow, this gold looks amazing. Most of the boxes are silver, but whoa, you can see how nice the gold looks against the background here. Look at that. Very, very nice. Beautiful. I love these boxes. I wish they were a little bit more sturdy, but there's just something about the Secret Lair boxes. Any of the Secret Lair decks are always my favorite product from the Secret Lair site. It's just such a good value, such a good bang for your buck, especially with the cost now. Look at this. These two DanDan counters, beautiful, both foiled. That is so nice. Making the contiguous picture there. How wonderful. I like that a lot. I watched the professor's video on the DanDan format, and the way they handled life totals were coins, because there's no way to gain life, and it takes 5 hits from a DanDan for you to lose. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think I'll use these life counters just because they're gorgeous, but I liked that gameplay mechanism. All right, and what we have here, we have a little fold out. Ooh, with more of that beautiful art. Gorgeous. And instructions on how to play the Forgetful Fish format DanDan. Man, I cannot wait to see this full deck splayed out. The art is just stunning. And the fact that you get 10 copies of the DanDan, 5 of each of the treatments, is a really, really cool thing. And retro framed cards for the remainder. as well as those amazing borderless islands. Again, being pieced up online, selling for way more than even getting a sealed box at this point. So first and foremost, we have the 5 DanDan in this treatment and the 5 DanDan in this treatment. Wow. They did an excellent job. Foiling is great. No print errors here. I did not get the Krenko Mob Boss Commander deck. Did you see that was an issue? People were ordering DanDans, opening it up and seeing the new Krenko Mob Boss spoiled in there. There's a new Secret Lair deck coming out, by the way. Spoiler alert. That's going to be Krenko. I'm not sure if it's Mob Boss. It's one of the Krenkos for sure. Accumulated Knowledge. How many copies of that do we get? I think 4. And then we got the Magical Hack. Again, stunning art. I might even convince my wife to play this with me because the art is just so pretty. Memory Lapse. That's the art that was featured on that little fold out there. Very nice. Ooh, there's a lot of memory lapses in here. I guess the namesake Forgetful Fish comes from Memory Lapse and DanDan. Wow, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. Mystic Sanctuary here. I really love whenever the silvery, just the raw silver of the foil shows through. Stunning. And now these incredible islands. I mean, again, think of how much you pay for a secret lair that is just full of lands, right? You get 4 or 5. Every once in a while, you get 10 lands in the land secret lair, and those are $40 plus tax and shipping just for those lands, like the SpongeBob Secret Lair, any of those. And this deck comes with all of these. I mean, not only is this a great idea gameplay-wise, but in terms of collecting and getting a lot of bang for your buck in a secret lair, I mean, this is just unbelievable. Genuinely unbelievable how much you get. I'll start using my 3DS as a surface here. That was a little Easter egg for our Discord. Look at these. Oh my goodness. What a thing. So many beautiful cards. I'm out of space. Wow. And now here are the retro borders. We got Brainstorms, Capture of Jingzhou. That's sick. I remember this card used to be hyper expensive, and then I think Commander Masters, did that get a reprint? Oh no, this is a different one. What a card to get a reprint of. I think this is going to be a banger. Chart a Course, Control Magic, Crystal Spray. Now, I believe this list, Days Undoing, is different than that of the original DanDan format, and I like how they discussed why they made those changes. Mental Note, Metamorphose, Predict. Oh my god, I can't wait to get this sleeved up and play it. Telling Time, Unsubstantiate, Helmar Depths, Haunted Fengraph, Lonely Sandbar, Remote Isle, Surgical Bay, Sphilanite Temple, and Vision Charm. Are these bonus cards? Ooh, look at this. Vision Charm. Beautiful. Target player mills 4 cards. Wow. Just for 1 blue? That's amazing. Very cool. So there is the DanDan Secret Lair. Again, look at the value. Bang for your buck. I'm so excited to share this with the community and give away my extra copy. Well, when it comes to my review of this product, you can tell that the hype was definitely worth it. So I'm going to use my new gavel scoring system to discuss this secret lair. First and foremost, value for money, regardless of what's happening in the secondary market. I think it's clear value for money. This is a home run. I mean, amazing what you get within this for $99. This is not a commander deck. There are less cards, but you're getting more unique foil treatments because, again, it's not a singleton format. So they're able to give us 5 cards, 10 cards right here with only 2 different arts. Memory Lapse, we're getting all of these unique treatments, but there's 8 of them. So again, not a singleton format. I think that helps enable the price cost where they're not commissioning specialized art for each individual card to give us these new treatments. So genuinely, I think this is a 5 out of 5 gavels when it comes down to value for money. Second is going to be aesthetics. What do we think about the look of this? And I think I am not going to be taking a hot position here, but it's stunning, it's gorgeous. I think, again, 5 out of 5. And then gameplay, construction. Obviously, a balanced format like DanDan, a community-created format like DanDan. To me, it's a no-brainer. Again, this is a 5 out of 5. Now, I know a lot of times when people give reviews, it's better to be like, I give you 4 out of 5, and here's my thoughtful take on why it's 4 out of 5. But sometimes, it's just perfect. Sometimes, there are no notes. And I hate to say it, in this secret lair, I mean, even giving us the art on both of these life counters as opposed to just a basic life counter, again, all of this just speaks to thoughtfulness, joy, creativity, and above all else, a nice way to play Magic the Gathering. This gets a perfect score, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But either way, that's the video. It's a short one. We don't need to make a giant meal out of this one. It's an amazing secret lair. You got to see the cards in person through the video, and you now have a chance to win one of your own. Just head on over to that Patreon, even just join the free tier, and you'll be eligible to win this at the end of the month. But if you choose to support content like this that tries to share whatever I can with the community and is constantly trying to improve and refine my content to keep you in the loop about what's happening in Magic the Gathering, whether it be on the finance side of things, the collecting side of things, or the gameplay side of things, well, maybe consider supporting. Now it's time for us to thank our patrons, without whom this channel would not be possible. I greatly appreciate it to all of our $1, $5, and $10 tier patrons at the associate, council, and partner level. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Then a special thank you to our senior partners here, Zach Walter, Teacher Johnny, Dragon's Den Games and Hobbies, and Novian L. Then at our equity partner tier, we have Toucher of Wood. He's a carpenter. That's always the thing I'm going to say at the end, just so you know, for context. We are family friendly here. And then finally, our absolute mad lad, our named partner, Thomas McKinney. We really appreciate you and can't wait for your deck tech coming out in a day or two. But either way, that's the video. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you in the comment section, and be excellent to each other. Play paper Magic with your friends, and until next time, court is adjourned.